Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. In today's episode, we are talking about how to manifest money. And maybe some of you, and maybe not, you've wondered why we're only talking about manifesting money. Like, why not keep it generic? And why not just talk about manifestation in general? And I can tell you, I deeply, deeply believe there are a couple topics which are, I don't want to say harder or more difficult. They just have a different energy when it comes to manifestation. And that is money, that is love, relationships, and that is health. And all three to me are special when it comes to manifestation, not because you manifest in a different way, the steps are differently, something has to be done on a different base. It's not like that at all. Manifestation works. It's the same. It doesn't matter if you're manifesting a button, a peach, a beer, a champagne, a million, a house, a partner, a healthy body, whatever it is. The process on its own, it's always the same. However, there are a couple topics, and for me that is money, anything related to money, anything related to love, relationships, and health. Body positivity, one could say. And these topics have clogged pipes. And you've clog them. You put stuff in those pipes that the water, the energy can't properly flow. And when it comes to money, how we clog those pipes, first of all, by society, how we grow up, it is literally, money is being put on a freaking pedestal. Like, oh, if you have a lot of money, you made it. If you don't have a lot of money, you're a loser. Everything in our society, in the Western world, not everything, but I feel it's also slightly changing, but so much is like the worth of a human being is only measured on financial terms. Business success, always and only about money, sales, income, profitability, no matter what. And for me, this was always so bizarre because, let's say, for instance, Coca-Cola, if you actually read the freaking ingredient list of Coca-Cola, it's disgusting. It's used, like when blood is on carpets, you can clean it, or like when a battery is leaking, you can put Coca-Cola on it and it cleanses. So just if you read, I don't want to spoil this, it's a little bit off topic, but for me, I would say, I always call literally Coca-Cola the biggest freaking drug dealer in the world, because those drinks, they don't do, there's nothing good to say about those drinks. Like, really, do your own research. This is the biggest skill in my eyes you can have in 2024, 2025, being able to literally read ingredient lists, especially if you're living in the European Union, as more and more insects are allowed in the food. Obviously, they're not gonna write, oh, we used flour made of certain insects. It's just an E number. It's a hidden label, so off topic. But the same is obviously also true if you're living in the States. I mean, the food standards are so low. We can have another episode about food standards around the world and being able to read ingredient labels. And I can read some of you, and it will change how you shop groceries. So anyways, back to the topic, for instance, Coca-Cola has a huge profit line, making billions every year around the globe, being highly profitable. And from the definition we are having, people would say, oh, this is such a big and epic, successful company. However, I always thought, can we also talk about the impact? Can we talk about the impact? The impact those drinks are having on humanity around the globe. And that is rather disgusting. I'm currently in Mexico and seeing what those kind of drinks have done to the people. It's really sad. It literally breaks my heart to see that. It's all about freaking Coca-Cola. So these are like different measures when we're talking about money, which are often forgotten. The impact my work has, not just on myself and on my own bank account, but on other people's bank account, and even the whole world. And I think that is a very important measure to take. So coming back to manifesting money, it's as simple. You decide on an amount, you let go, and you receive impulses. The thing is, though, when it comes to money, first of all, we've been programmed. So if you say, we take a different example, so you can see how a little bit messed up our thinking is when it comes to money. So if I'm going to tell you now, you can manifest a parking spot, you leave in your house, you're going to the movies, and in your head, pick one parking spot you truly love, which is like rockstar parking for you. So in your mind, you choose that parking spot. Now, what's next? Wouldn't you agree? The only thing you basically have to do is actually go to the movies, and then you only have to drive to this parking spot you picked, right? This is literally the only action when you contemplate that's on your mind. There's actually not a lot to do. It has a lot to do with being in the state of believing. Of course, I'm going there. There's a parking spot. It's a parking spot I picked in my mind. It's rockstar parking. I'm going to park there. So if we would translate this to money, it would mean you decide on how much money you desire, and then you receive it. Like the universe will send you different action steps on what to do. And this is already so wild. Could you go back? And these are the things I didn't see, but I'm 100% sure your mind did go there. I didn't say you have to create a new offer. I didn't say you have to create, you have to increase your prices. I didn't say you have to have a business. I didn't say anything about work. So we've been programmed, we only can receive money for work. Us like doing something, like action. Yes, this is one way how money is exchanged, but not the only one. Because sometimes we find money, we win money. There's so many different ways money can come to us. Just open up to that. Ask the universe for guidance to show you other possibilities, how money can come to you without or in non-traditional ways. And you will be surprised how much is actually popping up. So this is the first part why I love talking about manifesting money, because people are having so many beliefs. This is when I meant the pipes are clogged. So many beliefs that money only can come in a certain way, in a certain amount, and these are the rules. It's not true. We can manifest any amount at any time. The other part, why very often when we just talk about step one is asking why it's not working for many people, is because you say something like, I want today $10,000, and if it's not in my bank account today, then this doesn't work. And this is not how the universe works, because now you're actually not asking for the money. You are actually saying, do this or I don't like you anymore. And these energetics never work. So when you desire to manifest a certain financial amount and you feel your subconscious goes to, like, let's say, oh, this month I'm going to make $1 million. I'm just going to tell myself I'm making $1 million this month. I'm making $1 million this month. But you feel your inner voice, your subconscious, your head already says, oh, it's not true. Then you can't, like affirmations, for instance, are not going to help you because you keep affirming, no, I can't, no, I can't. And this is a path, what most people don't know about money, because there's so many belief sets around money. This is a time when you have to start being generic. So instead saying something where we want the subconscious to say, oh yeah, I believe this is possible. Over my lifetime, I'm going to make $1 million. I know for sure in this lifetime, all the money I make, if I add it up, it will be 1 million and more. I deeply believe money is always available. I deeply believe there are always possibilities for me to receive money, to make money, to exchange money. In this world, I deeply, deeply believe money is always working out for me. There's so much money, and the money I desire to receive is so little to all the money that's available in the universe. And maybe you already can start feeling differently when we talk about money manifestation goals in generic terms versus certain numbers. And this is your first step to practice. Because people especially focused on $1 million because society taught us, programmed us, like if you would have $1 million, you made it, you never have to work, like no worries, no nothing. I can tell you, $1 million is peanuts. $1 million is nothing. Once you're there, you're like, oh, that is actually not as much as I thought. That's a sure thing, and I know so many people that made millions, multi-millions in the last years, and literally everyone is saying the same. So, yes, it's maybe much more money than you've received so far, but it's not going to be enough for you to retire. Plus, always remember, the human soul is here to grow. We are here to be in service to each other. This is actually what really nurtures us, what gives us energy and motivation. So ask yourself, whenever you feel like, oh, I just want the money so I can retire, is that actually true? You truly desire not to be in service to other human beings for the rest of your life? I don't believe so. You're probably just exhausted in the way you're currently receiving money. Can you see? That would be a complete different conversation we would be having. So, to sum up today's episode, I want you to clear on what you truly desire. I want you to stop using artificial time pressure because it's coming from your ego that's telling you, oh, I need the 10K by today, otherwise this manifestation is not working. Bullshit. Clean your pipes. Become available and more open to money miracles. Ask for different ways how you also can receive money. And you will be surprised what's happening. I love you. I will talk to you soon. And remember, if you haven't heard this, because so many of you asked if the podcast can become a paid podcast. Feel this something only in our community can happen, and of course. So I listened, and we are switching, I think, next week, where you will be able to listen to 1 episode per week for free. And if you desire to continue listening to 3 episodes per week, meditations, rampages, power talks, this will be part of the premium, which is currently $44 a month. So either way, you and me will still be connected. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. I've got 3 very important announcements for you. First, if you like what you're listening, make sure you leave some gratitude, leave a review, share the podcast. Second, If you love what you're listening to and you want more of that, there is a VIP version available. That means you will have access to 3 podcast episodes every single week. Simply check out the store, courses.richandhappiness.com, or the link in the show notes. And lastly, there are always monthly money activations happening around the new moon and full moon. If that is something you're interested, check out the store for the next money activation. I love you, and I can't wait to see your beautiful face soon again.